Greetings. So my wife and I had this like little medical incident not too long ago, and everything's fine. But you know, she didn't want me to share this with you because she's such a private person, and I love her. I just adore her, but she's so private. And then I was saying, honey, if we can share a story that's going to let somebody else know that they're not alone, that some other people are going through what we went through, and she's fine, everything is fine now. Well, let's do it. So she said, go do it. And she walked inside. She didn't want to hear it. But so she has a little heart murmur. It's not big of a deal. So, but she gets stress tests periodically just to make sure everything's fine. So she took a stress test a few weeks ago on a Friday, a Thursday or a Friday. Then all of a sudden we get a text message on a Saturday from the doctor. It says, you need to make an appointment at the local hospital for a CAT scan. Whoa, that's it, a text message. And doctors' offices are closed on Saturday. So we start freaking out. You know, hopefully everything's fine, but I gotta tell you something. With the medical community, you gotta have a great doctor on your team. You have to have great doctors on your medical team. But I must say that the support staff, the management team in doctors' offices these days are appalling. So if you have a doctor management team, that's great, good for you. But oh my God, lately, it's like they've been sucking. So we're freaking out, and she calls and left a message. Then you get the 24-hour response system. Nobody's responding. Finally, early Monday morning, call somebody. Somebody gets on the phone. My wife's pretty persistent. And they say, oh, it might be nothing. When you start off with a doctor saying it might be nothing, all of a sudden the alarms go off. So they said there might be a blockage or there might not be a blockage. They don't know if the blockage is on the inside or maybe there's some calcium on the outside of the aorta. So we made the appointment, and we found out that the calcium was not inside, the calcium was outside. So a stent did not need to be placed inside this little balloon that expands the aorta, which was wonderful. But I got to tell you something. We spent about 5 hours there. We got there at about 5:30 in the morning. You know, 5:30 in the morning, nobody's functional, and I didn't see too many people that were working there with smiles on their faces. But so we go in, and she gets in, and she goes in, and so I'm in the waiting room. And it was alarming to me the amount of unhealthy people, and this was the ambulatory unit at the hospital. This wasn't even the ER, it was the friggin' ambulatory unit at the hospital. So there we go. Yeah, this is all impromptu. This is all off the cuff over here. And I was watching, and I was saying, oh my God, what is it about our medical system that spends so much time trying to heal and doesn't spend, in my opinion, spend enough time teaching people how to be preventative, teaching people how to not have to go into the hospital. Well, of course, there's going to be something major or catastrophic, and you need our hospitalizations. But there needs to be a balance of Western healing methodologies and Eastern healing methodologies. So I'm watching these people, and and it's amazing that some of these people, like hobbling in, these elderly people, with their families holding them and everything like that. And it's interesting, so many of these people, the patients that were coming in, the family was alarmed. Come on, let's go in. You know, you could feel the anxiety from the families. But for some reason, the patients, they had this little smile on their face. And I'm wondering what the heck is going on? Why are they smiling? because the people that were coming in to get the procedure, whatever it was, they were feeling important. They were feeling significant. They were feeling special. And I just started wondering what would have happened would their lives have been changed if they would have felt important, significant, and special by their family before they had to go in for a procedure. Would that have made a shift in their health, in their physical health or mental health? Interesting story for another conversation. But what I was really thinking is that what these people needed, yes, they needed a preventative system, a health system, to ensure that they didn't go into the major health medical community. They needed Qigong. They need life force energy. That is the missing pillar. And that's why we need a balance of Western healing methodologies, a medical team, that's right, but Eastern healing methodologies like Qigong. Qigong. It's our hidden superpower. So let's give you a little daily dose of Qigong. Green is the color of love and gratitude. Place a sphere of green energy between your palms and rotate. Keep it symmetrical, don't do the accordion effect. Symmetrical. And allow the green sphere of energy to glow brighter and more brilliant. And now witness the wonder of Qigong. Feel your palms warming up. Feeling your fingers tingle. Now, let's give yourself a little facial massage. And feel green energy infusing into your brain hemispheres. Whether you're left brain or right brain, Qigong has the potential to get your brain hemispheres working in conjunction with each other, just like they did when you were born. We're born in perfection. But as we get older, we start developing bad habits, and then imperfection sets in. But through Qigong, we have an opportunity to create a second level of perfection. And when our brain hemispheres are working in conjunction with each other, our systems are working better, hopefully living up to their potential. Our digestive system, our respiratory system, our endocrine system, our renal system, our immune system. And also what this does, Qigong gets your happy hormones cooking. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. Allow your body to cook. And Qigong will allow your body to cook the way it's supposed to. This was just musing of my thoughts. I'd be interested in hearing any comments you have about any situations that you've had where, number one, you were appalled by entering into the medical community, or number two, what you wish you would have done to be preventative before you ended up getting sick. So share your comments. I'd love to hear them, because like my wife, you might feel private and you don't feel like sharing. Guess what? Maybe there's somebody else out there that's going through exactly what you're going through. And then your story, you sharing your story, makes them feel special, makes them feel important, makes them feel significant. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day.